not too good of a morning after the Monday night game, Bills Jets. So got my Bills hat still on, but took one in the chin there on that one last night. So, but anyways, we're gonna. It is Tuesday morning. Um, we are gonna finally get that underlayment down on this south side of the roof. That way our whole main roof will be covered with underlayment. That way the inside of the building is not going to get wet anymore. So sun just came up. Just waiting for Shannon to get back from her chiropractor appointment, and we'll get up there and get this down and the underlayment, and maybe even put in a couple more of the smaller windows on the north side of the building, because I already have those cut out. This side, if you remember, we're going to wait to cut those out and do the rest of that Tyvek paper at one time, but should be easy because we can stand up on that shorter roof there. So yeah, we'll get to it here. Looks like a beautiful day right now, but that can change in an hour as we're finding out this summer. So lots of rain this summer here in Wyoming, more than anybody that has lived around here. I talked to people that come in the hardware store yesterday and said, "You guys ever seen a rainier winter or summer?" And they can't remember, but once in a while they said we get one like that. So this is just happens to be the year we're building a house. So anyways, we'll get to it. And 39 degrees when we got up this morning, so but it's warming up pretty quickly here. That sun warms it up, so we'll get going. Metal going up. Looks like about a third of the way on the first side of this roof. Hey guys. End of a hot day. Actually, it wasn't that bad. I mean, in the sun it is, but it was nice and breezy. Only in the low 70s here. So this morning, our friend Steve again came over, and that's why I couldn't stop and just show like exactly what we're doing, but type of video. But we did the north side of the roof that I showed you earlier with Steve and Shannon up there. We're within probably more sheets of metal. So we're probably a good 10 feet from finishing that side. And then Shannon and I this afternoon worked on this side, and we got to right where the black ends, pretty much at that blue step ladder up there. So probably maybe 15 feet up there. So we actually got a lot done today on the metal. So that roof up there is just about done. We're gonna try to order some trim, gable end trim and fascia before we leave and get that up there. We think it would just be a lot better to finish it while we're up doing this stuff right now. And that way we'll feel good about coming back here next year and concentrating mainly on the inside, possibly the porch, stuff like that. So let me show you what this metal roof is all about. There's Pancho. What's he doing? He hangs out with me while I clean up for the day. And it's not too hot in the sun, so he likes it. Get up there. Go on. Get up there. Anyways, so this is a sheet of the roof. It is 36 inches wide. And this particular one for the main roof is 106 inches long. And it gives us just a nice overhang. And what you do is you take your tape measure and start 4 inches from where the bottom, this is going to be the overhang over the bottom of the roof, 4 inches up. That way we get the first, and I drill holes all the way across evenly, nice straight line. And through, what we try to do is about seven of these pieces together. That's, my drill bit goes through there in a pretty quick way. So that way all those holes are all the same on all 7 sheets, and up there we've been doing the same. So then we go 30 inches, and 30 inches, and finish almost near the top. This goes up near the peak. We'll have a drip edge or a ridge vent cap over the whole roof. So then that gets screwed in right about here probably or so, and that'll hold down the top. So with all those screws, it comes out really nice. And I'll show you these screws real quick. We got bags of them here. So the screws that we've been using, it's just a 1-inch screw because the metal is so little or thin. And what this does is that has a rubber grommet like washer around it. So that screws into the metal, into the plywood that's up on the roof, basically up there. And then you horse down just enough, screw it in, just enough tightly, you'll see this rubber washer start to spread out around that screw, and it makes it watertight then. And it doesn't take much to get the hang of it and stuff. You're doing them pretty quickly, and they go in pretty easily and stuff with a screw gun. So, and you just need this type of bit, hex bit, and the hex head fits right in there. And that's magnetized, so you're up on the roof, it doesn't fall out or anything like that. So it's pretty easy actually. There's our newest tool, the Milwaukee screw gun, man. That thing is the bomb diggity. And it really it's a brushless screw gun, and it's much smoother, and quieter actually than regular screw guns. So that's our newest one. So we used both of those up there today, and it went in pretty easily. So we're pretty happy. I don't know if you recall, but I had a smaller fire pit right here in the driveway, but last week, a couple of weeks when we got the driveway redone, he just pushed it over to right where the wheelbarrow is there and stuff. So I rebuilt a bigger one. We had some bigger rocks and stuff. So what I'm doing now is slowly, when I get a chance, build a nice little campfire and just burning the scraps. So I'll show you. So from framing this whole house, this is pretty much, I've burnt a little of it, but this is pretty much all we have for scraps, not bad. And then the ICF blocks, we haven't determined exactly what we want to use to cover them. We might go with the corrugated metal and have them just naturally rust. And we've seen it on a couple of houses, and it does it looks kind of cool with the barn look we're going after and stuff. But right now I'm just taking scrap leftover OSB and just putting it up there, because this is south facing, this is west facing, gets most of the sun. The other back here towards this side half of the house, it's pretty much buried underground anyway, so. And then this side around this corner is on the north side, hardly gets any sun, so it's not bad. But yeah, just trying to do that. So yeah, that's all the scrap we pretty much came up with, so I just keep burning it. All right, guys, Sunday, our friend Steve comes over, always gets us started on a new thing. They're putting the ridge vent up, or the ridge cap. So they're just up there getting it lined up. And he just comes over for like half hour to an hour, gets us started, and then we're on our way. So he likes to show us exactly what to do. So already put the drip edge around this roof, ran out down here. So we got 2 panels coming, and now we're gonna get some more drip edge so we can finish this and get that lower roof started. So beautiful day, probably in the 60s right now, 11 a.m. So this is a ridge cap that they're putting on. So when the 2 pieces of metal, one on one side and one on this side, come up, we leave about a 3-inch little gap under here. This is 8 inches. And when you screw that down, there's no way. You'd have to have a tornado to get rain up under there and stuff. So it seals it pretty good. But that vent, the 3-inch vent that we'll have at the top of the roof, will allow heat to vent out of there and stuff. So that's good. So that's what it looks like. Put it in with screws every so often, and you're done. All right, guys, we finished that ridge cap as far as we could go. We got those 2 other panels up on the roof to do first, so that we ordered. So I am moving on. Shannon's taking the afternoon off, well-deserved afternoon off, and I think I already said in a previous video that we got a 36-inch door is what it is, and we framed for a 32-inch. Unbeknownst to us rookies, 32-inch aren't as common, so they're custom ordered actually and cost way more. So what I'm doing is moving these 2 studs, basically moving them over to about where this line is here, just to widen this doorway. So what I did is cut the Tyvek paper. I removed one of the blockings that we had right here. I already took my Sawzall reciprocating saw and cut the nails down here. And now I'm working right there to cut through that. I'm gonna get a sharper blade, running into a dull blade, so I'm gonna put a new blade on there. So I thought I'd film where I'm at right now. So I'll cut those, remove these 2. I'll probably redo it, just cut 2 new studs. I'm gonna leave this one up, these 2 up here. And then next will be the hard part, is getting that header out of there, because it's nailed from the sheathing, plus it's nailed at the bottom of these. So I'll just have to cut those all with a Sawzall, and I'll make a new header. That'll be about 2-3 inches longer also. And put a little cripple up here, and then stud this down here and cut that wall sheathing. So what I'll do is I'll keep filming this and see how it goes today. All right, trying to remove these 2 studs down here. I got them pretty loose, but they're nailed so much with the siding on the outside with the nails that you'll either crack this OSB or it's just gonna be too hard to get them out. So what I'm gonna do now is make my line where I need my cut to go over, and then 2 more inches, and then I'll do a nice straight line up to here to the top of this header, because that header's got to move over 2 inches, and I'll cut that out with my circular saw. What I'll do is set up a ladder in that nice straight line, and then take this saw out outside there and just cut along that line, and it'll just open that all up. Then hopefully I can get the header down there, so that'll be the next thing. So that's what I'm gonna do now, set up my lines. All right, cut out those 2 studs there, and that's whole. Just took my level, drew a line all down here, pencil line, followed it with the circular saw, and cut it up to there. So this header just got to come over to there. So I'm going to take this down because this header is compromised. You can't just end a header there and think it's going to pick up the load the rest of the way of the door and stuff. So you got to make that header all the way out here to this stud. I'll put 2 studs then down here. So now I'm just taking my Sawzall, made my line right here, and I'm going to cut out that threshold for this doorway. So to add to what's cut out right here. So do that next. Then we'll tackle this header up here. All right, that's gone. Little chunk right there. So now my doorway is open properly. So see about this threshold or the. All right, got the header down. Just like I said, cut some nails and then started prying it out. The hardest part was just getting it away from the OSB here. We had so many nails in there and stuff, and it really held it well. So Shannon came out since then and is making the new header, and I got my jack stud already ready to go in. And again, the jack stud is what holds the header, and then fit right in there, and then that jack stud will go up here and it'll lay across there. We'll have it in, and then I'll put a hole stud all the way up to here, and that's a king stud, and we should be good. All right, new door. That took a good 3 hours or so, probably even a little longer, but it's done. I just got to clean up here. So got the king stud to go in, and then brought the Tyvek paper in like we do on the windows, and that door is ready to pop in. Maybe we'll try that next time. There's the king stud going back up. There. Sorry for the lighting. The sun is kind of setting, and so it makes it dark, and then my phone picks up where it's light again. So, yep, ready for a door. Yay. All right, guys, got a lot done today. That door fixed was a big one. I thought that would take a while, so, and it did, but just got to fit that in today. So that's good. Got the ridge cap 3/4 of the way across the main roof right above me here, and just waiting for those 2 more panels to come in, metal sheet panels. We'll zip those in real quick, and then we'll finish that top ridge cap, and that top roof will be totally done. And the rest of this week it's supposed to get cold and a little bit of rain in the forecast, so we'll see how it goes, but we'll try to get the little roof fixed up and get that done. And I think, what do we have? 1, 2, we got 6 more little windows, so we're starting to wrap it up. So I'm going to clean up here today. I'll say give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Thanks for watching. And we'll see you on the next video, alright? So, maybe cold. Fall is here at 7,000 feet, by the way. The aspen are all yellow, pretty much up on the hill. And should be this week, they'll be turning real bright yellow. See ya.